Hello guys, and this video will be a brief introduction to functions. So let's start. So I want you to think about a function that we have covered up until now. So one example is that console.log. So this is a function and we have been using it a lot of times. And we actually don't know the real code behind this function. We just use it. And in reality, in somewhere, there is an explanation for this function. There is, let's say, hundreds of lines, maybe thousands of lines, just making up a function. And you can think of functions as in this way. So I'm gonna give you an example of math. So in math, we have functions, right? We have f of x, and then this is equals to, let's say, 2x plus 3. So basically, when you want to write 2x plus 2, 3, you can just write f of x. So instead of writing the whole code for this console.log function, you can just type the name of the function, and then your code will execute those code blocks. So one more example. Let's say we have a function, okay, that adds a number together, adds two different numbers together, and multiplies it by 3, divides it by 2, and does some other stuff. So it's a long code, right? Let's say you need 10 lines of code. Okay, for this function, for this code, you need 10 lines of space. But if you want to use that function, if you want to use that code once again, you will need an extra 10 lines of code. But if you make a function and put that 10 lines of code into that function, okay, when you type the function name, you are going to execute those 10 lines of code. So I'm just going to give you an example function. So this is basically how we define functions. Don't worry, we are going to cover them in later videos. I'm just going to give you some example. So we add 5, we multiply it by 5, we divide by 3. And then let's give it a 5. Let's give it 6. Okay, as you can see, we get some values, and as you can see, instead of writing these 3 lines duplicated, I put them inside a function, then use that function name. So I put these lines of code into do math function, and then I type the name of the function, and my code executes these commands. So that's basically how functions work, and it makes your code more readable. If somebody else comes and tries to read, they don't need to understand the function line by line. By looking at the name of the function, they can guess what it does, and it also shortens your code. It's just good to use. And in the later videos, we are gonna expand our knowledge about functions. So that's it for this video. Have a great day.